I feel like a little bit of a weirdo coming back. There's literally nothing to do over the other side unless you have a car. I thought maybe there might be a park by the water or something, but I don't see anything. And Ransom's Landing historical marker is just that sign as far as I can tell. It was a pretty little drive to the lake.
Take some coffee and some
Headed on Interstate 89 towards the Grand Isle. We're going to ride the ferry. I believe this is the Runaway River here. Can't really see it too well, but it's been raging lately because of the floods. We're going to take this exit here, Lake Champlain, Highway 2. This is Sandbar State Park here, and we're passing through as we take this long bridge out to the Grand Isle, and this is Lake Champlain, of course. So it's not really that far across the lake here to the island. For some reason I had it in my mind that it was going to be a longer bridge, but it's fairly quick. And then we'll head towards the ferry. So we parked the car right over there. We're going over towards the ferry. And that's the booth we just came from. And we're walking over. I made the mistake of, I don't know why I made a mistake, but I didn't make it clear that I wanted to go over and come back. I thought I said that to her, but she had to void out my ticket and redo it. So I'm going over and back. Alright, so even though there's a cone there, you can come up here apparently. You just kind of fool you with the cone. Bike across. Wow, I came just in time. It's taking off almost as soon as I got on. Lake Champlain Transportation Company, the privately owned company which runs this ferry and another line further south from Charlotte, Vermont, over to Essex, New York, has been in business since 1826. Through the years, they have transported people and goods of industry. By the end of the 1800s, Burlington was the country's third largest lumber port, though steam ferries disappeared with the coming of railroads and eventually the automobile. The crossing to the south at Charlotte is 30 minutes. This crossing here at Grand Isle, Vermont, to Cumberland Head in New York, is about 14 minutes. The ferry is open year-round, but can face closings due to bad weather. This boat, which was built for rugged ice conditions in Lake Champlain, is named after a previous owner of the company, Ray Pecor, from 1975. Today, the company is owned by his son. That's Cumberland Head we're coming to. The peninsula is considered a region of the town of Plattsburgh. In Plattsburgh, some of the things that one can do that sounded interesting to me were the War of 1812 Museum, the Kent Delord House Museum, built in 1797, and the amazing-looking Ausable Chasm, considered the Grand Canyon of the Adirondacks. Perhaps we'll try to see that at a later time. There also seem to be some opportunities for fishing, swimming in the lake, a winery, a brewery, and antique shopping. Alright, we're in New York. Of course, we were in New York somewhere in the middle there. Just gotta walk off fast. Hey, we're back on. Look out for that door jam. Wow, they took off quick. Not messing around. Reading from this sign found on the other side, which is in both French and English, Cumberland Head Peninsula has long served as a natural landing for travelers from around the lake. Explorers stopped here, the first settlers of the region established homesteads nearby, and it became an early center of commerce. In 1803, the New York State Legislature granted John Ransom, one of the earliest settlers, the exclusive right to operate a ferry to Vermont. His wharf was constructed near the present dock, a site since known as Ransom's Landing. Imagine traveling to Plattsburgh during the heyday of waterborne transportation, when Lake Champlain was the region's main highway and steamships made regular stops at Ransom's Landing. After disembarking from their vessels into rowboats and landing at a small dock, passengers could spend the night mingling with other travelers at Ransom's Inn, a spacious ferry house and tavern once located nearby. A stagecoach carried travelers to the settlement of Plattsburgh over a narrow, tree-lined dirt road. Today, this same route is a paved road along the west shore of Cumberland Head. I've done things by myself before, certainly, but this one felt a little bit odd that I was the only one riding this ferry over and back, and there really wasn't anything to do on the other side unless you have a car. But it was a fun ferry ride nonetheless. Maybe I'd take my car next time. So heading back over, we might try to see what the deal is with Sandbar State Park. So we got our pass here, and that was $5. And will last the entire day, including other state parks in this area, or maybe in any area in Vermont. We can also get in today with that same pass. I'm reading here from the Vermont State Park website. Sandbar State Park takes its name from a natural sandbar between South Hero Island in Grand Isle County and the town of Milton on the Vermont mainland. The park is on the mainland, or the east end of that sandbar. The sandbar itself is the result of the Lamoille River over tens of thousands of years, washing sediment downstream from the present Lamoille Valley. Today, the smooth, sandy lake bottom remains shallow well out from shore, making this an ideal swimming spot for children. That, and the uninterrupted length of sandy beach, very high-quality water in this section of the lake, and well-kept facilities in an attractive setting combine to make Sandy Bar the most visited day park in the state. So renting the boat seems to be in the $10 to $12 range per hour, and I think the standing paddleboard is like the same for a half hour. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's ride. I will see you next week. By the way, very quickly, if you like the show, consider Buy Me a Coffee to help support the show. Buy Me a Coffee is a great way for creators and artists to accept one-time support or membership ongoing from their fans for the price of a coffee. Go to buymeacoffee.com/BrainFire to help the show. Thank you.
Get out of here to where the weather is clear. some coffee and some bread.